Welcome to the show.
This guy got a mistletoe belt on.
Gosh, that is bad.
The whole plane smells like weed.
Those were the days.
It's a joke, you idiot. Looked in the mirror, I'm like,
Good old innocent fun. Welcome back, everybody, to Troublemakers, the podcast where each week we bring on a guest and they tell crazy stories about their lives. We are coming to you. I'm going to start that over. Dude, I am.
Whoa,
What
buddy.
happened to you?
Whoa, dude. It's like when you memorize something and then you totally skip a midsection of the joke and you're like, fuck, I fucked up the last one too. And we just rolled with it.
Yeah.
We're not going to roll with that
All
one.
right, go ahead.
Welcome back, everybody, to Troublemakers, the podcast where each week we bring on a guest and they tell crazy stories about their lives. I'm your host, Dylan Krasinski, coming to you from a brutally hot day in Brooklyn. The candles are definitely not lit, but we're still here to have a good time. With me, as always, is my ever-sweating co-host, my number two.
Come on, man.
The man with the plan. The big dog, everybody.
Fuck you.
Ray Zawodni.
You know, we are not off to a great start of Brandon month. You know, you're not sticking the landing on this intro. That was take 2, by the way. People
right.
might think that sounded great, but that came with a lot of practice. It's another Wednesday here, so you know what that means. It's an all-new episode of Troublemakers, and where can you find us, you ask? You're already listening, so if you're listening to us, you know, in your car or on the treadmill on Spotify or, you know, running at the, you know, just running to the store, whatever you do. If
Hey,
you're listening to
let's be honest. The people who listen to this podcast, our fans, are not running anywhere.
That's true. Hey, so you're sitting on your fat ass watching us on YouTube.
Hell yeah.
The video version. But if you are one of those Spotify listeners who we love our Spotify
Love 'em.
listeners and our Apple Pod listeners, leave us a rating and review. Please, 5 stars. We really want 5 stars. I know sometimes I get an attitude about it and say, like, don't leave us anything less, and I threaten you. And I'm going to continue to do that. If you don't fucking leave us 5 stars, if you leave us anything less, I swear to God, I'll fucking come to your house and I'll kill you. Very special guest today. I didn't mean to get too serious, but I don't like wasting any time.
No.
Especially on Brandon month. Another favorite Brandon of the podcast. Man I've lived with for a long time. Brandon Trusso, everybody.
And he is dead ass serious when he says he's gonna come fucking kill you, because I've seen him enraged before.
Is it? Have you seen Ray pissed off in the apartment?
No.
No, man. I saw you pissed off once during the pandemic. But I think everyone was pissed off during the
Really?
pandemic. Yeah, it was like maybe like, remember when there were like 2 weeks to stop the spread?
Yeah.
And then it was like 7 months. And we were like, all right, what the fuck? And we were both pretty pissed at that point.
Was it when Seamless or DoorDash canceled an order after 45 minutes?
No, but I have a bone to pick with
that-
these motherfuckers.
Pissed me off last
You've
week.
been having
dude.
beef with them too.
Dude, I
yeah,
have
dude.
beef with my beef with Uber Eats and Seamless or whatever the fuck they want to disguise their name as, the same people that ride the scooters. My beef runs deep with them.
Yeah,
I
dude.
am furious with those guys.
What happened recently?
What do you mean recently? Maybe what happens every single time I fucking order? I don't order from them a lot, but I like once in a while get like a niche thing that I'm going to order.
Sure.
And they infuriate me because I put in the notes, leave at door. Code is my code to the door.
You almost said
I
our
almost
code.
told everybody come murder us. Code is my code to the door. Please don't knock. Dog will bark. That's it, right?
Yeah.
Explicit instructions. Every single time they come, they call, they knock, they leave the food just outside on the sidewalk. It's insane.
They don't need to knock either.
They don't need to knock.
No.
I don't know how hard it is. I mean, I'm not even trying to be like racist here, but I understand if you don't speak English, like you can translate leave at door, right?
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
translating button in the fucking app.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
There is.
There we go.
They do the thing that I don't like is when they hang it on the doorknob. That fucking
Hang it on
pisses
the
me off.
doorknob. Just fucking don't.
You know what my big bone to pick is?
Stop hanging your stupidity
I gotta
on me.
stop paying $45 for 10 chicken wings. I
Yeah,
mean, that's
dude.
insane.
They fucking
$4 a
made out.
wing?
They made out. Man.
Disgusting.
That's the Uber Eats is the new fucking empire. Mm-hmm. And I love when they put like 3 forks in there, like you're sharing it with people. It's not happening.
Dude, every time I order like pad Thai or Thai food or whatever, I'll get like, you know, I'll be like, oh, well, I want a little bit. I hate when you order and it'll be like, this is a family-sized portion of pork fried rice. And it's like, no, I want a little bit of pork fried rice.
Yeah.
And I want a little bit of, you know, General Tao's chicken.
Yeah, Uber
Tisos.
Eats math is just insane too. Do you ever try and do it? You're like,
It's-
oh, tacos for $10. I'll get those. I'll get some chips. I'm gonna add guacamole. It's $78.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? What are they doing? Like
Yeah,
filtering this guacamole through diamonds at the
Insane.
fucking place?
How are
Like,
taxes and fees 2 times more than what I'm eating?
oh man, it's crazy.
It's the worst,
They
man.
piss me
I hate
off
it.
bad.
I had an incident last week where I ordered, probably shouldn't have. You know, it was one of those late orders, and I was like, it was like 9:30, and I was like, well, I didn't eat dinner, and
You got to do it though.
but I was like, I'll just order something, you know. So I order. 30 minutes go by, and then they just called me, and he goes, hey, sorry, I ordered Chipotle, which is a healthier choice, right?
Sure.
Order Chipotle.
Can be.
30 minutes later, yeah, I just get cheese and sour cream. That's it.
That's all they
no
brought.
Meat,
No meat, just cheese and sour cream.
So I order my bowl, and 30 minutes goes by, and I'm a little hangry, you know? And then the guy calls me, not even the driver, and he goes, hey, I'm your concierge from Seamless. And I was like, all right. And he goes, someone took your order, so they're not going to wait around. We got to cancel it. Well, don't worry, though. We'll redeposit the money or give you credit. And I go, well, could I get a little extra? Could I get a little extra for my,
your
time?
troubles?
My troubles?
Your hunger?
My inconvenience?
I'm a little
Complete
hungry.
inconvenience.
And they were like, he was just like, no. And I was like, well, I think I'm going to start using Uber Eats because this is ridiculous. And he goes, okay. I was like,
He's like, we own
"Motherfucker,
that
dude."
too.
I was like, you motherfucker.
That's fine. We own that too.
So annoying. Dude.
Before you finish your story, I thought that you said that you ordered food and all they brought you was cheese and lettuce.
No, that's
Hilarious.
That's what I was like. How do you fuck that up?
Yeah, I just ordered Chipotle. I'm like, hey, can you just put the melted cheese and the shredded cheese in a cup? That's all I want. Thank you.
I ordered one time and they dropped it off, and I was like jonesing for this food too, right? I was like, dude, I'm pumped for this, and I'm like waiting, and it was taking longer than ever, and then finally I get the notification, so and so has your order, whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. Let me brace for them to knock on the door so my dog doesn't go nuts, right? I'm not hearing anything. I'm like, oh, what's going on? And then I get the picture. You know how they sometimes will send you the picture and I'm
Yeah.
like, that's not our fucking door. They dropped it off at someone else's address.
Shit.
That's the worst.
And I had the second, I was like, should I go hunt this down? And then I had to
was
call
so
and
hungry.
reorder it. And the guy was like, oh, I'm sorry, we're closed. Yours was the last order.
Dude, that would send me through the roof. Okay,
Pissed, dude.
through
Pissed.
the roof.
I remember one time I saw it was Nancy. It was like a girl picture, right? And then it's like Nancy's gonna be there in 4 minutes. Make sure to take care of her. She's riding a bike in the rain.
Yeah.
And then this
Yeah,
car
right.
pulls up and it's some huge dude like Remo. I was like, yeah, that's me, Nance.
Right. Thanks, Nancy.
Fuck off in your bike, dude.
I thought you were saying I got this notification that Nancy ate your food.
Dude, before they changed the whole thing where they would where they included the tips and everything.
Yeah.
I used to only Surge, before Surge was a big thing, Surge pricing. I
insane.
used to only order when it was pouring rain or snowing
Just
in a
to piss 'em
blizzard.
off, you're a
No,
prick.
I would be like, I'm not going out, and I would kind of feel bad, but I was like, wow, this is the
But
job,
when else are
baby.
you going to order food? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude, I got this thing now. I don't tip them until the delivery's done. Because
That's risky, dude.
I don't give a fuck, dude. They fuck up every single time.
Well, that's risky because, dude, I've heard this thing now. A couple months ago,
Yeah,
there
I
was
heard
a
this thing. They jerk off in your food.
There's
I
a
don't
thing
care.
where they will not, if they don't get tips, they don't pick the food up. These guys are just like, oh, so, and they cancel the order if they don't get a tip. There was this big thing happening in Brooklyn where they were taking pictures in what's that smash burger place?
Shake Shack.
Shake Shack,
Shake
Five
Shack.
Guys, where it was all these DoorDash orders were piling up
They
because
just didn't get
nobody
'em.
was tipping. And they weren't.
Because they fuck everything up.
Well, it's also when you pay $20, right?
Yeah.
For a burger and fries, and then $25 for taxes, delivery fee,
It's
and all this
insane.
shit.
It's
And then
insane.
$7 because they put the tax on the total. They put the tip on the total, not just the food. This is a real bitching way
I
to
know.
start the episode.
Hey,
a lot of
bitch.
complaining.
Yo, you want to change your fucking podcast name to Bitch Makers? We can fucking have a whole thing about that too.
Well, I've only worked in the service industry once in my life when you were my boss, Brandon,
Oh my god, that was weird.
for 2 months.
For 2 weeks.
It was how long? It was probably January till the pandemic. Did
you get fired or quit?
No, the pandemic happened.
The pandemic happened. Yeah,
and then we got COVID.
we got COVID.
Oops.
We got 600-hour a week COVID.
Yeah. We got sick with money.
Sick.
got
We did, bro. We're like, why are we suckers going to this job right now?
We got a case of the Richies.
Everyone else quit their jobs and was getting paid, and Ray and I are going folding pizza boxes.
Oh, nightmare, dude.
It was so funny because he had like you were sort of my boss. You were my boss. But I remember,
if you want to call it that, yeah.
I remember we both hated the fucking head chef.
Hated him.
But his name was Gustavo. He was probably 5'2",
2'7".
He was so little.
He was the littlest guy.
Also, so respectful to call him a chef, and it's like, nah, you make pizzas, dude.
He made some good fucking.
He was good.
Stuff.
He made good pizza.
He was good.
All right.
But
Yeah.
everybody that worked there, every like front of house staff has got into fucking a screaming match with him in the kitchen at some point.
Screaming, dude.
And we hated his guts. I almost fought him one time. But when the pandemic happened, they would only have one person at the front running the bar and doing the delivery orders, and then him cooking in the back. And then at the end of every night, when it was just me and him there, we would sit down and we would get fucking hammered together, me and this Gustavo dude, and just like ripping shots at tequila. And then he would sit there and
he would drink a whole bottle of tequila.
Love that.
He would
Like,
get so hammered.
He drink, and not the shitty stuff too, the good stuff.
Yeah.
And then the owner would be like, "Hey, where did the bottle of tequila?" I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
And Ray's like,
Gustavo's
"Hey, we
like-
drank the whole fucking bottle last." I'm like, "Okay, I'll just X that one off inventory." You know what I mean?
But he would tell me why COVID was happening and what the problem was.
Yeah, he knew.
And it was always ridiculous. He'd be like, "It's just not people eating enough fruit."
That's
I
it.
was like, wait,
Yeah.
what?
It's not people eating enough Marciano cherries because that's all he ate.
That's what he would say. He
Yeah.
was like, I love cherries. You gotta eat. I didn't get COVID yet. I eat cherries. I eat berries. It's people are eating pizza.
Yeah,
and
that's
that's
the
what's getting
problem.
them sick. And I was like, no, dude.
Yeah, no, it's called the
He's got
virus.
a point, though. He's got a point.
I mean, he got a point. People need to be healthier, but he wasn't. He was like a stubby fucking.
I
fat
hated
little Mexican
everybody
guy.
that worked there.
I only eat
I hated beside you. Everyone that worked there. I mean, you remember when you started there? Like everybody, they had this like it was like a free for all. Like there was like a bartender and like the other guy that worked with her, and like they kind of ran the show, but they weren't doing inventory. They were just literally robbing the place blind. Yeah. And this owner like hires me, and he's like, "Yeah, I like you. Would you want to do a couple shifts?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll do a couple shifts, but your place is gonna close in 2 weeks if you don't." Like, he didn't even have an inventory system. I walked into the back to check inventory one time, and there was 17 brand new mop heads. They had one mop. Like, what? I'm like, who's all that Gustavo would do? Like the chef, because he ordered like the stuff for the restaurant. He would just keep reordering the same order every week.
Oh my God.
If you didn't even need the shit, there was just piles of the same shit every week. I'm like, what are we doing here, dude?
Nothing's worse than a poorly run business. We used to work when I was in Boston on the weekends. I did tours, and we used to work for a tour company. A bunch of comics did it, like Luke and
that's
my
a great
Artie.
tour. It's a great
And we
job.
all did it, and it was so much fun. We would do Italian food tours, chocolate, and we used to work for a company.
Did you just make shit up?
Dude, Boston is big on tours.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
A lot of history there.
Yep.
A lot of stuff to talk about.
Oh, man, I would have had a
Dude,
blast
we
with
would
that.
show up and we would.
too.
Easy.
Our thing was just like, well, we're just going to be funny. Like, nobody else is funny. We'll just be fun. So we would show up and we'd be like, oof, let's try to get through the tour, folks. Drank a little too much last night, so we're not going to do a lot of talking. And people would love it. We'd be like, bring your wine in a cup, we'll walk around. Everybody loved it. Sometimes, like, once every fifth tour, we'd get like a comment being like, they were really fun, but like I didn't learn anything on this tour. I'd be like, yeah, well, I
See
don't
you,
know.
Dylan. Be like, this is the 1 if by land, 2 if by sea building.
Dude, we'd start at the Old North Church, give them the whole spiel,
Yeah.
walk up to the cemetery, get them pizza. We would just feed them. We'd give them so much
That's it.
food.
Food.
And people would show up and be like, oh, we have dinner reservations after this. I was like, you should cancel. 'Cause
Cancel,
You're going to
yeah.
eat so much.
Yeah,
right
we're actually
now.
gonna meet Paul Revere. I don't
Yeah,
know if you know he's coming by. He's actually a bartender at this one bar we're all gonna go hang out at.
But
They're just making shit. This is the CVS John Adams used to get his prescriptions at.
you think he made those glasses?
Yeah, right. That's
Dude, but that would
have been fun, dude. I would have loved that job.
It was so much fun, and that was they were run by a company out of like the UK. Okay, so this was like an offshoot, and these two dudes ran it. It ended up the two dudes ended up like, the owner hit up one of our buddies and was like, hey, can you send me all the records of like everything that they've sent you? Because it turns out they were just embezzling money from the company.
That's the way to do it, though.
Well, I thought about it. I was like, they would send us money every tour. They would be like, I'll be like, hey, I have 20 people. I need $250 for the tour. And they would be like, yep, okay. And then they would like never ask for receipts, never ask for the money. So you'd spend like 190 and then have like 60 in your pocket. And then the next day I'd be like, hey, I need another 250 for another tour. And they wouldn't be like, well, what was left over from yesterday? Here's another 250.
Yeah.
So you just like pocket a little bit more.
Yeah, dude. Or you got to skip. Embezzling's the way to go because you can have a ball. Embezzling is so like the long game that you can have such a good time before you even get caught.
No, dude. The best is the best hustle is what you were telling me the other day about what your boy got.
Oh shit! Yeah.
On the laptop.
Oh my god! Oh, that
Listen
dude.
to this shit.
We used to just fucking like we used to get involved like before Facebook Marketplace, like people because Facebook Marketplace can be like a shady fucking place, right? You want to buy something and you end up getting fucking ripped off.
Yeah.
But like at least there's like a track record of it, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I remember one time my buddy Steve, like he was all pumped up because he like got this like great deal on this laptop from this guy that he met at a gas station. And I was like, I remember like me and the girl I was dating were like sitting around, we're like, I don't know, man, doesn't sound like a great idea. You know, he's like, no, dude, it's great because I just got this brand new Mac laptop and I was like pumped about it. He's like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna get a good deal on one, like whatever. And I remember I come home and I was like, did you pick up your computer? And he like wasn't responding. He wasn't responding to me. Like he was my roommate at the time. And I remember I like come home and like I see like the packaging like on the desk or whatever. And I like walk by, I'm like, Steve. And he's like in the bedroom and he's like, what? And I was like, what, dude, what happened with your, because he was like pumped to get this. Like he was talking about it like all day. He's like, what? I was like, where's the computer? He's like, on the fucking table, dude. And I'm like, okay. And I like walk over to the table and it's this it's this empty box that I open up and it's just a bunch of Trapper Keepers like stuffed. He went to the gas station that he met this dude at to pick up the laptop. Gave the guy the money. The guy gives him the box, right, and just takes off driving.
Oh my god, dude!
Oh man.
He comes home, opens it up, and it's a bunch of fucking notebooks wrapped together in tape. I was like, oh
That's
my god,
hilarious,
dude.
dude.
That was the funniest hustle I've
What
ever
a
seen.
fuck! You wouldn't
That's
even
so
open
good.
it. I mean, you gotta open the box.
Yeah, dude. I was like, that's what I'm like. Because, you know, like when someone does something stupid, we've all done something stupid.
Yeah.
When you do something stupid and someone's like trying to question you, like, why didn't you do this? And they're like, and you're just getting enraged, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I
I
would
didn't even
start,
want to enrage him.
Why are you ordering a laptop from a gas station?
Yeah, dude. And like, I'm like, where did you meet this guy? He's like, oh, I was pumping gas and he was next door and I was talking on the phone with someone about the laptop that you were getting. And then this guy was like, hey, I'm selling one. And I'm like, you fucking idiot, dude.
You got hustled, dude.
And this isn't even in the suburbs. This was in the city. Like, so it like makes it like 10 times worse.
Hustled. That's
Dude,
hilarious.
he was pissed about that for
cool.
years.
That's quick thinking on your feet, just being the guy that walks around gas stations listening to people's phone calls, figure out what he could sell.
You know
them.
who
Dude.
that is? That's a criminal. That's a criminal, dude.
Yeah, I mean, but I've hustled people like fucking bad too, though.
Have you?
But it was usually based around like drugs. Like, dude, like one time we were out one night and this guy was like fucked up hanging out with us. Like,
Yeah.
you know when you're hanging out with someone that's like fucked up and partying, you're like, but
Sure.
this guy is fucking annoying. This guy's like driving me nuts. Like, yo, can I get a hit off your bag? Can I do some of that? I'm like, dude, just fuck, you know what I mean? And then like we're going different places and this guy just pops up every place that you go, right?
Yeah,
and it was
yeah.
like super
Following
annoying.
you, basically.
So finally he's like, yo, can I get some? I was like, listen, like if you want to get your own, I'll get you some. Right? And he's like, all right, dude. He's like, but I don't have any cash on me. And I knew this dude's a doctor. He was a doctor, loaded, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, I want like a lot though. And I was like, well, how much do you want? Right? And I was like, I got to call my buddy. I got to go get it. It's going to take a long time. He's
Yeah.
like, I don't know. Can I get like $300 worth? Give me $300 worth and I'll throw you an extra 200. I'm like, sure. He's like, but I got to write you a check. And I'm like, you got to write me a what? A check? Okay, like fine. Like if you're gonna do, I'm like, well then just give me three. We'll make it 300. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right. Dude, I was so annoyed with this guy that like I made one call to my buddy and like he didn't answer, but I'm like, all right, well, I'm already invested in trying to do this for the guy. I'm gonna I gotta give this guy something.
Yeah.
So I fucking went back to my place, dumped half my bag into a bag with the other half of fucking creatine.
Oh my god.
Equal up
dude.
$300 worth. And I went back and I gave it to this guy. Fucking let him go. Cashed his check immediately.
Yeah, he's like, this cocaine smells like strawberry banana.
Yeah, dude. The next day, he's like calling me. He's like, this stuff wasn't that good. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you, dude. You wanted it. You know what I mean? Like, that was it. But I was like, fuck this guy.
Oh my god, dude.
Hey, you know, I didn't say that it was a story of like, valor here. You know what I mean?
Oh my god. Yeah, but I remember the last time these guys finally got caught. You know, because they were going back to that tour guide story. They were sending money to my one buddy. They would be like, hey, we're going to send you $5,000 to the business account. Can you then zell it back to us?
Oh, man.
And my buddy was like, sure. And I remember one time he did it and they like sent him like $5,000 and he sent him back like $450. And he goes, they never said anything. And he's like, that's how I knew they were doing something shady.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Fuck that
Hopefully
shit.
that guy doesn't listen to the pod. But those dudes, I think he was going after them in London or like in the UK, wherever, trying to like get them arrested and shit, and was like reaching out. And I never reached out to me. I was just an employee. I wasn't like,
Wow.
I was given money and told to go on a tour.
Dude. Fucking whatever, man.
Listen, it's not my business. I'm not gonna be like, hey, by the way, I have $29.50 left over from yesterday, so only send me $201 for today. No, not my
That's
business.
hilarious. That's funny, dude. Yeah, man. We used to fucking do dumb shit like that all the time. Fucking scamming people. It's like a little organized crime ring. You act like when you're younger. You do when you're involved in like drugs and like drinking and like partying with all these dudes. But I got fucked over one time trying to buy pills.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I was like fucking.
Would you get Advil? They're like, oh, yeah, here we go.
Smarties.
Basically, I have a funny Smartie story after this. But basically, it was Advil too. And it's like, you work with somebody that knows somebody and then you like go and like pick them up and the guy just like gives them to you and like takes off. And he's like, all right, man, like, whatever. And then you're like, this isn't fucking whatever. And then you never hear from that guy again. It's the fucking, it makes you feel so stupid. But what are you going to do?
Yeah.
There's people that like get fucked over like that and call the cops. Like, I was trying to buy weed and this guy gave me oregano. Like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck that, dude. It's so stupid. Everyone got
Dude, there
dumb
was
shit.
one dude who got arrested. I remember when I was working in the DA's office, there was one dude who got arrested for selling fake drugs. And they treated it like you're still selling, even though it's not real drugs. There's a different charge. But they, like,
Stupidity.
arrested him for, like, distributing under the guise of drugs.
That's so dumb.
It was, yeah.
I think it's
wild.
hilarious. You should get a medal for doing that.
It's
Yeah.
so funny.
You're actually
I just
doing a good
fucking-
deed.
I used to hate people that like never had their own drugs. I hate. You
That
know what I'm
was
saying?
me.
That was you.
Yeah.
You fucking dick.
With weed. Knowing Ray, you don't think
with-
that's Ray?
It's okay, but it starts with weed. That's the gateway. It's the gate. Weed is the gateway drug of never having. Then it goes to coke, and then you never. There's always that guy that never had his own coke, but always wanted to do yours.
It was like with vapes, dude. Everyone who's like fucking.
Yeah,
oh,
or
can I get a
no,
hit
I
of your
shouldn't
vape?
say it starts with cigarettes. Hey
Starts
man,
with cigarettes,
can I bum
yeah.
a cigarette?
cigarette.
Nah, man, here's a cigarette. Hey man, can I get a hit off your joint? Hey, let me get a bump. Let me get a line. Let me get one of your pills. Let me get like fuck. You want to fuck my girlfriend too? Like what the fuck, dude?
I mean, if you're offering, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'll go for
No,
it,
so there's
whatever.
this one dude. This dude, I don't want to say his name, but he was this guy. He would always show up, never have a bag, never throw in nothing, never even be like, yo, here's $20, like whatever. Always just like, yo, okay. And we knew this was Halloween night. We knew this kid was coming over, right? Because I was like, hey, who's coming over? And they're like, I'm like, let me guess. Yeah, cool. I'm like, well, let's do our shit before he gets here. And then we did our lines, and then we started talking about how much we hated him doing that. We're like, let's fucking get him back, right? And what do you want to do? And like, so I'm like, yo, he's going to come through that door. I guarantee you he's going to come through that door, and the first thing he's going to say is, yo, does anybody got anything? I guarantee it. So what we did is we took Smarties, one white Smartie, and we crushed it up, did a line, put it next to the lines we were doing, and fucking, he comes to the door. He's like, "What's up, guys?" He was dressed as a scarecrow for Halloween. This is why, which made it extra funny, right?
Yeah.
And he comes in, he's like, "Hey, you guys gotten anything?" And someone was like, "Hey, why don't you use one of the straws from your head, like to do this fucking line?" Because he was dressed as a scarecrow. And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "But damn, we already cut you up one because we know that you were going to fucking ask." And boom, he goes right into it. He's like, "What the fuck was that, dude? Oh my God." And we're all crying, laughing in the corner.
treat.
Yeah, right, exactly.
It's like, yeah, buy your own stuff now.
Yeah, buy your
dude.
own shit, dude.
Sorry.
And then I
that's
think
so
someone
funny.
felt bad and then gave him some shit afterwards.
Dude, that would fucking hurt. I'm thinking about
yeah.
Smarties right now.
Yeah, dude. No, it does not feel good. I've snorted vodka before. Did you ever do that?
What's up, dude?
Dude, this guy, we went to this bar with this. I used to work at this furniture store. And I worked with a bunch of older dudes, right? And I remember this was like in the height of my heyday of my party, like where I'd come in hungover. And I remember this guy being like, "You don't even know what real drinking is. You're hungover and you're here, pony up, pussy." Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, "I'm 22, sir." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel good. Like, you know. And he's like, "Oh, you want to party with that?" Like, he's one of those guys. So one night, this guy goes out with us and we're at a bar and we're like fucking doing shots and stuff like that. I think we're doing shots like SoCo Lime. We think that we're fucking tough. And this guy's drinking like fucking
Hey, let me get
whiskey.
12 shots of Soco Amaretto.
Yeah. And he's like, I remember him being like, "That ain't no fucking shot, dude. You want to do a shot like a real man? Why don't you snort some vodka?" And I was like, "What?" And this guy orders a shot, turns the glass over.
Oh, yeah.
Pours a little bit of vodka in the dimple. And he's like, "That's how you fucking snort vodka." And I was like, "That is insane, dude. Like, I don't want to do that." So I remember I tried in my head, I'm thinking of like one-upping the guy. I was like, "I'm going to get 151 and do it." I'm going to get 151 rum and do it, right? So, like, we get it, and I'm like, I was so scared to do it. I was like, I can't do this. I did it. So I, like, got the shot of vodka, and I was like, I like put, and this other kid grabs the 151, he, like, puts it up to his nose and tries to do a little, and he's, like, fucking crying immediately because, like, tears are streaming down his face.
Yeah.
And I had snorted the vodka. That's the worst fucking pain I've ever had, snorting something. I'm like, who's doing this shit?
Did it fuck you up at all or no?
Dude, I don't know. We were fucked up from the other shit, so I don't even know.
I have never heard of anybody doing that before. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, there used to be guys in college. I remember I played rugby in college, and they're lunatics. I feel like this was something they saw on like Jackass, and they started doing it. There was a run where people would snort like vodka or some type of liquor, tequila.
So you heard of it
and
before.
then you'd squirt the lime in your eye.
Oh, yeah, I heard of that,
What?
too.
And it's it's like, what are you doing?
I heard of that, too.
Why?
Do you know anybody that's ever butt chugged?
I don't think so.
I don't know anybody that
I
has.
feel like maybe one time, like someone tried to try it,
I shoved a pill of
And it
ecstasy
didn't.
up my ass once.
like to get high off it.
Yeah.
Did it work?
Yes. Dude, what a different high that was. And I'm not an ass guy. Like, I'm not like anything up there. It's usually everything coming out. But everyone was like, "Dude, you gotta try." You ever do ecstasy before?
No,
You never did
no,
ecstasy?
No, I never have.
Dude, that they call it rolling because you roll into the high.
So you butt rolled.
Dude,
You did the booty
the
roll.
whole bottom half of your body is like, I'm like, am I gonna gum here? This is crazy. This is crazy. That's I'm not gonna say go try that, but that was a different fucking part.
That would be good for a Patreon episode.
Oh,
we
yeah.
do a Patreon. Me and you just fucking.
Put ecstasy in our
And
assholes.
just, yo, we're like, "Hey, why is your podcast 7 hours long?"
It just ends. Me and Ray are just touching each other's faces. And people
Just
are
drinking like you have a just gallon of water and
hour
a bunch of
6.
glow sticks.
Just butt tripping.
It's just music. It's just us sitting here listening to music.
Yeah, try that once. Give it a try once.
Oh, yeah?
Make sure you got nothing to do for like 2 days.
I never shoved anything up my ass.
That was the only time I ever did.
What about your boyfriend? Hey.
Oh, hey, zing.
I'm not gay no more.
I'm not gay no more.
I am delivered.
Why are you gay? I love that, dude.
Man,
Drug days were fun, man.
if anybody has done any butt chugging that's listening, please DM us and let us know about
Dude,
the
we'll bring you
experience.
on. We'll bring you on like
Yeah,
a butt chug during a
story. And if
Patreon
anyone has
episode.
ever shoved a pill of ecstasy up their ass, chime in on that too, because I know a lot of people that have done it.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd you do? Did you just take it with your fingers?
Just put a little Vaseline on it.
Okay.
I mean, listen, this is a pill. It's not a fucking cucumber. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like that small. It's not that much effort to get it in there. You know what I'm saying? Just
You weren't like, I taped it to some guy's cock.
yeah.
It's the
Fucking
only-
put it on the back of a drill dough and just sat on it.
I love the idea where you're like, the only way to get it in is if you tape it to a cock.
Yeah. Right. Like there's like he's the like the pill is like this big. Yeah. It was went it easy, dude. No problem.
It gets it in there nice and deep.
Yeah.
Oh, have you ever seen someone do?
Just tape a pill to the head of a dick.
It's the only way to do it.
That's it. That's the only way to get it in there.
Did you ever experiment in college? Well,
Yeah. Wait to hear this story.
a bottle of ecstasy and a roll of tape.
This huge apparatus as big as this microphone. It was powered.
Do you have anything smaller? No. This is the way you gotta
Is
go.
this the smallest pill you have?
Small the pill, bigger the dick. You know? Oh my god. Do you ever see anybody do cocaine off of a dick?
No.
Have you ever heard of that?
I've heard of it.
I feel like that's something that's like I feel like that's in movies only.
I saw it.
Did you?
Not like in person, but my buddy was showing me pictures of a nudes of a girl that he hooked up with, and he's like, "Oh, you gotta look at these nudes," and he pulls out his phone and he's doing the swipe and showing me like more pictures, and then it just goes to a video of a girl snorting coke off his wiener.
Oh
and it's
my god!
Yeah.
like it's not like a line, right?
just
There's
like
not
a
a
little-
line of coke on the guy's
this
shack.
dude could have had
Good.
fucking Scarface.
Yeah, I'm thinking
pile on
like
that
it's like
cock.
going on the tip where it's like, hey, sniff it off this part right here.
I imagine it's got to be tough taking a razor blade on your dick. I feel like you wouldn't.
That's
like
what I'm
that.
saying. How are you gonna line that up along the blue vein?
Yeah, you're just hitting your dick.
It's all
with
moving.
the credit card on your dick.
Yeah, dude, this line of coke that's like the fucking Euphrates River.
Oh my god!
I used to do coke out of the back of a Parliament cigarette.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I used to put it in the. Used to like Parliaments had the recessed
Yeah,
filter.
yeah.
Used to like dunk
Probably
the cigarette.
for that reason.
I don't think so.
No.
No, I'm sure somebody came up with that idea when they saw Parliaments, but I can't remember who told me about it.
Definitely a guy who did a lot of coke was
Yeah,
sitting in
probably.
the boardroom and he's like, "No, here's what we got.
Yeah, I didn't come up with the idea.
We
I just
gotta
remember being like, this is,
recess the filter a little bit."
oh man, dude, Parliament cigarette. Yeah, I used to smoke Parliaments all the time. My dad caught me smoking cigarettes when I
Really?
was yeah, Parliaments. I don't know if I told
What'd
you
he do?
that.
No.
Dude, my dad.
How old were you, first of all?
Like I remember when my dad found out I was starting to smoke cigarettes. I think I was like 16.
Oh shit.
17 maybe, like right out of high school.
Yeah.
You know, sports were done and everything like that, and we were kind of just fucking off at that age. And I remember he was cleaning my car out, and he's like, "Are these your fucking cigarettes?" And I was like, "No, dude. Like Adam was in my car."
Oh,
And he's
fucking
like,
Adam.
he's like, yeah, okay, sure. You know what I mean? Like all the bullshit, right?
Yeah.
So I remember like later on that night, we went out to this bar and we're hanging out. And I remember we're inside the bar and it was like middle of fall or whatever. And we're all like hanging out inside. And my buddy's like, you want to go outside and smoke? And I was like, yeah, we'll go in a little bit. I remember everyone like being like, what's that? We're in this bar. Everyone's like, what's that fucking smell? Right? And we're like, I don't know, like it smells like fucking shit in here, right? And I remember like we're like checking our shoes, like looking down, like checking our shoes, and I'm like, yeah, it fucking stinks. I'm like, let's go outside and smoke. So like we go out there, and my buddy's like, yo, can I bum a cigarette? I'm like, yeah, here's my cigarettes. And he's like, oh, dude, there's fucking shit in here. My dad took my dog shit and put it in my cigarette pack.
That's hilarious,
You
dude.
motherfucker.
What a
Every time I
prank.
still bring that story up to him, he's like, yeah. Did you smoke after that? I'm like, yeah, actually for fucking 10 years.
I added a couple things
Yeah.
along the way too.
Yeah, for real. Oh, man.
Pill in a roll of tape.
Dude.
I can't stop
There was
Wait, what did you say? A pill in a roll of tape.
Dude, I knew of a girl that like I guess it was like a girl sleepover, and they were like all hanging out, and she they were talking about they heard somewhere that you could smoke a cigarette through your vagina, and she put the fucking cig in her cooch, and it hit it. Like she like keggled to hit it, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
And fucking she said it like dried her clam out for like 2 weeks.
My God, dude.
Dude, dried her clam out is the fucking single best line.
So vulgar, dude.
It dried her clam out.
Going to the doctor for that, and you're like, what happened?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, my clam's dried out. I've been smoking pussy puffs.
Those pussy parliaments.
Pussy puffs.
Jesus.
Joe Camel Toes.
Marlboro Pinks. Heyo.
Heyo.
That's pretty good.
That was good. That was a good one. That was
You
good.
know how people will tell a story about that? Like, I was the guy asking like the wrong follow up questions. You know,
What do you mean?
I was just like, did like the ember fucking light up? You know, did it really? Was it like a long drag?
Did you ever set your farts on fire?
No,
No.
Oh, dude, that was a huge mistake if you're Italian, by the way. Not a good move. Because it works. It does work. And I remember like me and my buddies were having a sleepover one time and you do it. We were fucking eating like cans of beans to try and like fuel up.
Yeah.
Dude, it works. Try it one time. It's
try
very
it. I'll
dangerous.
try it.
It's very dangerous. It singes your whole fucking.
Oh shit.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Did
shout
you
out
say
to
sure you'll try it?
yeah, why not?
You can't start lighting farts at 34.
Sure you can.
Why not?
That's
dude?
a wild
YouTube
age.
a couple videos first.
Oh yeah, I'll YouTube it for sure.
YouTube a couple videos.
Google what's the best way to light your farts on fire? You know.
Yeah,
Shout
yeah.
out. We've been talking about farts for fucking last couple of weeks. They're so funny. Shout out stairwell farts on TikTok.
Oh, best fucking TikTok.
The funniest thing.
He
on
sent
the
it to
internet.
me.
Yeah, I found that website.
Did you?
Yeah, I found it like a couple months ago, and I'm like, this is just genius.
So funny.
And then proceeded to hear me from our living room laughing for like 30 straight minutes.
Yeah.
Dude, you gotta look at. I showed it to some, I think my cousins this weekend, and it was a bunch of girls, and it was like my brother's wife and her friend and
Were
like
they
my
into it?
cousin. No, they were like,
I
"That's
hate
not
that.
real. That's not
Oh,
real."
you know,
and I
it's
was
real.
like, "It's real.
It's real,
It's
dude.
real."
This
I was getting so
nothing
mad.
pisses me off more than when somebody doesn't appreciate something that's
funny.
so funny. Because farts are funny. I don't care who you are; they're funny. And if people think they're gross, like in your life, like they shouldn't be in your life.
Every dude has like at least one hilarious, like funniest fart he's ever heard story.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you have one?
One fart that I've ever heard.
Like one of the funniest ones you've ever heard, funniest moments.
Oh, dude.
Like
I
in
don't know.
Because I always
I
tell
have mine.
I'm sure
I gotta
I've-
dig deep for this story. I
got one.
can't even think.
I'm sure
Tell yours
I've
first.
told you about the, and I've probably told it on the. I'm sure it's because I can't quit talking about it. It was when
talking about it.
it was when me, my brother, and my brother-in-law went to see Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Oh.
And the theater's packed, and it's like an action-packed movie, but there is that one part of the film where they're all at Hawkeye's house, and it's like quiet, and it's like the emotional part, and we just hear above us in the theater. We hear a fart, and me and my brother both just start dying laughing, and we're like doing the like, you know, like we're almost both like having to leave the theater, and then we like kind of like start to like get like a little bit like calm down, and we're like, okay, maybe that wasn't a fart, maybe that was just somebody, and then we heard a second fall. It was just like, and then we hear the dude next to the dude start laughing. Me and my I can't look over at my brother because he's laughing, and then what makes it even funnier is we look over, my brother-in-law not thrilled about it. He's like just trying to watch the movie, and that's making it funny. You know, like how when something was funny in school and the teacher's yelling at you, and then that makes it even funnier. And this was fucking 10 years ago, and I'm still talking
he
about
still
how funny
remembers
it was.
it.
It was just, dude. It was like, and it was like he must have been holding that fucker in. It was almost as if this is his second viewing of the movie, and he watched it the first time. He's like, oh, dude, how funny would it be if somebody farted right now? We're gonna have to come back next Friday.
I only dated one girl that I don't want to say like that we farted in front of each other freely.
Okay.
Yeah.
One girl in my life. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
But it was like
Makes sense.
it's nuts because it set the precedent for me like
Makes sense.
that's what I need in my life to be
Yeah.
in love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's like it took us a while to get there. And I remember one time, I don't know why, like I wasn't even filming her for this. I was filming her like for something funny on Snapchat, and she let this fucking rumble in the jungle fart go. So bad, dude.
Brandon broke up with her the next day.
No, dude. It pops up on my memories sometimes because I think I posted it to like a story.
Oh
and she's
my
like, "You
God.
fucking delete that right now." And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "That was a fucking that one right there." I'll always. Oh, and then one time we went on vacation to Joshua Tree. We went to Joshua Tree, and we had this dope ass like outdoor cabin. right? It was like solar powered. It was like super cool. And like, you know, you climb up on the top and there's a huge bed in there and like looks up in the stars. It was amazing. And she's like, this is like so magical. Like this is such a beautiful thing. I can't believe I get to share this with you. This is great. Like, you know, hearing like fucking coyotes howling in the background.
Yeah.
And she's got the phone and she's like doing this like with the phone. She's like, this is so fucking pretty. And then all of a sudden you just hear me go, and she's like, and then in the end of the video, she's like, real fucking and like,
That's so funny. The funniest ones were when I was like not younger, but old enough where like you figured out like you're in the car. And when I would be in the car with my dad, like on a road trip, you would drop a fart and then wait for it to smell. Oh. And my dad would lose his mind, dude. He would be like, oh, come on.
Yeah, because it's fucking basically just air shit.
Oh,
and that's what
hilarious.
makes it funnier is when you have somebody that's like, come on.
Like, who did that? Who did that? Dylan, was that you? And I'm like, I don't know. And that's, you start laughing.
Yeah, dude. I know, but since then, it's like I've had this, I want to say like, I got to really, really like be into you.
Yeah.
For that to be a thing. You know what I mean? Like for me to feel comfortable around it. And then also for me to feel comfortable enough. Like it's like fucking true love is based off farting for me.
Yeah.
Like I've gone, I remember that one time I went on that date at that chick's house and fucking, did I ever tell you that story?
The squatty potty.
Oh man, did I tell you that story last time?
No.
No? Oh man. This is fucking.
Brandon has some weird bugaboos.
It's a weird bugaboo.
The driving thing.
Yeah, that's a weird one too.
What is the driving
I
thing?
get weirded out when if you're like on a date or something and you're like, Ray thinks this is so funny.
It's gonna be so dumb.
It's such
Everyone's
a
gonna
dumb
be like,
thing.
what?
I don't know, dude. Like if like you're on a date and like you get to the place before the girl does and you're like waiting in your car and like you see them like pulling up and they're like looking around. They just look so stupid. You know what I mean? Like you're just driving in the car, you're like sitting in your phone and then like you're like waiting and then like you're like waiting for the person. They're like here and then they pull up and they're like
You see her driving in with her big fucking head.
you know what I mean?
So dumb, dude.
I don't know.
That's so dumb.
It is dumb. It's just a bugaboo. I don't know. It's fucking dumb.
Dude, you know what I think is one of also the funniest things? One of the funniest things related to movies. I love before the movie starts, the trailer critic. Have you ever been in a movie where someone does that? Where like some shit movie,
It's
where
me.
like, and you just go. I've heard you do it, but it'll end and they go, nope.
I do that too.
It
though.
makes-
I do that shit too.
And then you hear people like all over the theater start laughing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so fucking funny,
Oh,
dude.
dude, yeah.
I love that.
Did I tell you the squatty potty story last
I
time?
think no, not on here. No.
No, I haven't heard it.
What was it?
It was just like it was during the pandemic and like no one was like really like dating. And I remember finally we got to the point where I was like, hey, well, why don't you just like come over here? And I'm like, okay, cool. Like she's like, I'll make dinner
Dating
or
in the
whatever. And,
pandemic
like, we were
was
like,
the best.
yeah, we were just like messaging like back and forth. I'd never even met her in person. She's like inviting me over for dinner. It was like the night of the Republican National Convention too. She's
Awesome.
like, we can watch that. I was like, no. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm all set. I don't watch any convention. But I remember
Bruce
I
was
got
like,
there.
I don't need to be convinced. I
Yo,
already know.
she made dinner and dinner was good. Like we had dinner, whatever. And I remember being like, it's like, can I use your restroom? And I like went into her bathroom and she had a squatty potty around the toilet.
Yeah.
You think you're fine with this?
That's normal, dude.
Is it?
Honestly, I
was
make me
like, okay,
like
so-
someone more.
I'm not saying that like insane for having one. I'm just kind of like in my head, my bugaboo head was like, maybe she should have hit it. Maybe the first time, you know.
Put it in the shower.
So I did her a favor. I was like, I gotta go. My roommate locked himself out of the house. I gotta bounce. And she's like, oh my God, is everything okay? I was like, yeah, he doesn't have the key. I'm like, sorry. Like, well, follow. I did that because I know if this would have moved to the bedroom, that's all I would have been thinking about.
Is
the squatty potty.
her
You're
clean
insane.
shit?
You're
Dude,
insane, dude.
He came home and I'm just fucking high out of my mind on edibles because that's all I did during the pandemic, watching like, the Naked Gun. I was like, damn, that was early. You're like, the whole squatty potty thing. Just like, I was like, what?
I couldn't do it, dude.
Dude, honestly, if a chick has a squatty potty, that makes me like them more.
I just thought it was like maybe
It's
like
the
in
yeah,
my
I
head
love a
I
squatty
was trying to convince myself on the way home like if I did the right thing and I was like, yeah, you did the right thing. She should have just
I'll tell you
put
this.
that away. Like I
You
clean
didn't.
I clean the bathroom before people come over. You know what I mean? I do the right thing, like clean the bathroom, put it in the closet, you know?
No. Or if she's got to, use it. mid-date.
That's exactly what I don't want to think about. This is the whole reason why I left, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like if she was like, I got to use the bathroom, all I would have been thinking about is her squatty pottying before she came back into the bathroom.
My
and then I
God,
would have been like, did you clean up? You know, and everything fucking.
I hate that, I'll tell you, because I love a squatty potty, dude.
I don't like it.
Why?
I just don't. I don't. It's.
You don't like thinking of your girl doing caveman shit stuff?
No. The squatty
the only way to
potty,
live.
it's fine. If you have the squatty potty, that's perfect. But don't fucking talk to me about it outside of.
That's what
me
I'm
asking.
saying.
Like when you'll be at a bar and somebody's like, dude, I just got the squatty potty. Never have I taken better shits.
Yeah.
I feel I'm shitting
That's
like caveman.
That's what I'm saying right
I
there.
got nothing wrong with this conversation.
Nothing.
You love it.
It's like someone said to me, well, why did you leave if you would have saw like toilet paper? I'm like, no, that's different. Like everybody has toilet paper. Like not everybody has a squatty potty. It's kind of like they're being like, yo, I'm the best shitter in the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's great. Cool. But this is the first time I ever met you. I came and eat at your house. And that's all I can think of now.
This was after dinner.
After dinner.
Well, at least it was after dinner.
Yeah, I waited till after dinner. That was the safest move.
Yeah, you're not a monster.
Oh my God.
No, I'm not a monster.
Well, I mean,
I mean, he's definitely.
What are your bugaboos? What could a girl do that would like turn you off?
I'm trying to think. Probably when they say things aren't funny that I think are funny. We talked about that. That's a
Okay.
big one.
All right.
Telling me to stop drinking so much.
Oh, so I'm talking like, do you ever catch a fucking stinky pussy?
Oh my God, dude. Come on.
You never caught one of those?
Dude, one time me and Brandon were doing this thing during the pandemic where we were doing the horny videos.
Yeah.
Where people were paying us $5 to make them personalized videos where me and Brandon would talk about how that they're gonna get laid after the pandemic or what they can do to curb their horniness while they're stuck in their house.
Stop. You were doing this?
Oh, we paid our rent one month with it.
Dude, we made money doing it.
Yeah.
And we're talking the one time, and then Brandon says something about a stinky pussy, and I was like, I've really never encountered that. He's like, oh, then you're due for a lot of them.
You are, dude. If you've never caught one,
I mean,
you never caught a gagger, dude. That's what I call them.
Oh my God, dude.
There's nothing worse than when you are primed and ready to go, and you're like, this chick is so fucking hot, or you've like, all right, I conceded, I'm doing this, and you go into it, and then you're like, you gotta be fucking kidding me right now, dude. I'm about to barf.
God. Oh,
How
my
can you?
God.
And then you get it, you catch the blowback from the thrust. Oh my God, dude.
when I can't
even do it.
I don't want to.
I'm about to
This is
throw
a
up on your
horrible
microphone.
Dude, people are turning the podcast off at this point.
No, they're tuning in because they need to know what to do. Like, what do you? I'll give it a second chance.
I'll tell you this: you don't say anything.
No,
and you
bullshit.
continue on with your life.
Bullshit.
Whoa, what that in there?
Yo, it's something. If it's okay, fine. You don't say anything, but you form your exit strategy because if you're gonna give it a second chance, like maybe the pH balance was off one day, fine. But if this is a chronic issue, you have to save people from it.
So you're gonna say something?
One time I remember this.
Oh my
one time
God,
this girl.
dude.
It was egregious. Where like other people I knew that have been with her was like, yeah. I mean, I'm talking to the point where like I got in my car and I was like, you know what I mean?
My God.
And then the next day I got in my car and I was like, my steering wheel smells like it.
I'm fat laughing.
I said something to that girl.
What'd you say?
I was like, your fucking pussy stinks. Okay, yeah, I did. That's what I said. Yes, I did.
Did you think he was gonna say it nice? The guy that can't stomach seeing women drive. Did you think he was gonna
Look
say
at her
it
and her
politely?
fucking big stupid forehead.
How did she
My
respond?
God.
Oh, I was towards the end of the
I'll tell you this.
towards the end of the
Not
relationship.
well.
Yeah. She was a shitty person anyways. She deserves it. I hope she listens to this.
Oh my God,
She was
dude.
a big fat liar. If you're a liar, you're lying to people about your pussy not stinking before, now people need to know about it.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah. Well,
So how long did you sell drugs for? Let's change this fucking subject.
Well, I had a bugaboo though.
Okay, what's your bugaboo?
what's your bugaboo?
I once saw a girl.
How is it crazy that my bugaboo is stinky pussies?
Dude, wait, real quick.
How is that crazy?
It's not crazy.
disgusting.
It's just
I was just talking to another comic about how I don't necessarily. Well, now I kind of do believe they do, but I don't believe that men can get the ick You know how they talk about the ick, like a girl will get it from a guy when he does something weird. I don't really think men have that same thing. And then he was like,
Oh, I do.
And he goes, oh no, I got it the one time. I was like, but it was smell related. And he was like, yeah, all right, never mind, you're right. But I got it. I was with this. I went back to this girl's house, and she brings out like food that she made the night before, or like leftovers, but kept them in the big bowl of it. And was eating out of the bowl and then fed it to her cat and then ate it after. And I was like,
hey, that's an ick.
yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
I went home with this girl one time. We were both hammered. And I remember like we were like in her bed and she's like, you know, we're making out or whatever. And like things start getting hot and heavy. And I remember she goes down, she's going down on me.
Nice,
and I remember
dude.
she's like, you know, thanks, dude. And then she like pulls my pants down. She starts sucking my dick. And then she's like,
What's that?
she's like, oh, the room's spinning a little bit. And I was like, oh, it's fine. Like, it's, you know, whatever. And then she stops, throws up. And I was like, and you know, in your head, you're like, dude, like, you know, are you okay? Are you fine? You know what I mean? She's like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so embarrassed. And then she like goes back to sucking my dick. But then in my head, I was like, all right, like, but then like I'm like looking over and her dog comes over and starts fucking licking the throw up, and I'm like, I gotta go. I'm like, I can't do this. This is too real. Yeah.
Nope. That
Gave me the ick.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
If you told me you were like, I kind of like that.
No.
We dated
I
for 6
never
months.
met her, and that gave me the
Yeah.
ick.
Oh my God, dude. That's horrific.
That was horrific.
That's horrific.
That was a bad situation. Where I told everyone about. That was a bad situation. That my next bartending shift, I was like, listen to fucking what happened to me last night.
Dude, I remember being it's so funny, like you were talking about telling people at the bar, like I remember when I was like 8 years old, I used to go to the bars with my dad, you know, especially in the summer, because he was a maintenance man for a lot of the bars and an alcoholic, and he was bringing me through, because the one night he didn't come home, he was like super late to come home, and by home, his parents' house, 'cause he lived with his mom and dad again, because he broke up with his girlfriend, and he still had all of his stuff at her house.
Yeah.
So he went back because he needed to get some of his tolls. And I guess he had to fuck her to get some of his stuff back.
Dude, that's great.
So he's walking into all the bars, and I keep hearing the story, and he's like thinking like I don't know exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, you ain't gonna believe how I got my lock key kit back, brother. Talking to his friends, he's like, you're never gonna believe this, dude. Remember how I drank all those commemorative Coors Light bottles, the baseball ones, so I could give them to Raymond? And like because I had a room at her house, and they had all these like empty Coors Light bottles. They were like shaped like bats. They were commemorative. They
Yeah.
were really nice. He was like, dude, I'm down there fucking, you know how she smells bad down there. And I'm just taking the bottles and I'm fucking shoving them in her.
Oh no!
And raising the corner with the bottle, like,
I was like, yeah, I guess I don't need anything back from that
Yeah,
house. I'm
no,
all good. And I just heard him retell that story about 6 times throughout the day.
Oh,
and I was
my
like,
God.
well, now I know why you didn't come back to watch Batman, dude. You didn't come back to Graham's to watch Batman because you were busy fucking fucking up my toys.
That is
Dude.
horrible, Ray.
yeah.
Did you ever get the bottles?
Well, him and her are both dead, so who cares?
Jesus.
No, I didn't get the bottles back.
Oh my God.
I mean, that's
dude.
the thing, though. Like, you live in a small city, and you're fucking bartending, man. People are gonna hear the stories about what happened,
That's
and then you
wild.
get older, and you tell them on a podcast for this thousand.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly. Do you have a moment where you were like the most fucked up you've ever been?
Couple of them. The most fucked. I see. That's funny that you asked that, because like I've never I don't want to say I've never blacked out. I remember one time. Yes. Okay. We were at this dude's after hours party at his house, and I must have taken like fucking 4 pills of E. Like, you know what I mean? I was fucked up doing blow, drinking all night. Like you're just fucked up.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting on the couch.
Did you take them orally?
Yeah. This was these were oral pills.
Little
I was
pill and
sitting
a
on the
roll of duct
couch.
tape.
It was like 7 a.m., right?
Yeah.
And the girl I was dating wasn't out with us that night, but her friend was. And I don't know, I was just thinking about this the other day. And I remember like she was like talking to me.
Yeah.
And I leaned in to kiss her. And I remember her putting like her hand on my chest and being like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I literally just thought you were my girlfriend. And I'm not even like saying
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
to make that up. Like I was like, you know, oh yeah, sure, you're cheating on. No, I
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
thought that in my mind that this was the girl I was dating. And I was so fucked up. I remember being like, you need to probably reel this in for a couple weeks. Like, 'cause that was fucking crazy.
Did she tell your girlfriend?
No, she didn't. She did not tell
Wow.
her. Yeah.
The bad friend.
I think she
Yeah.
really knew that I was that fucked up.
Oh my
I was
god!
that was real fucked up.
I will say,
shit.
very quick thinking to be like, I thought you were so and so.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that was crazy, dude.
Damn.
I was just thinking about that the other day because I heard she came across on my social media feed, and I was like, "Hey, remember when I tried to fucking kiss that chick?" Blacked out of my mind.
Wait, did you really think it was your girlfriend?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I believe you.
really
Hey,
did.
Hey, I believe
Hey,
you.
I bet there's also a guy gonna sell me a fucking MacBook at the gas station.
that's the same guy. That's his girlfriend.
Brandon, have you ever killed anybody?
No.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah, and if I did, this would be the podcast where I would tell you.
You just always had to. Well, there's if it was 5 years ago,
It was an accidental
statute of
kill.
limitations.
No, never killed anybody.
That's not true at all.
What's not true at all? Statute of
Statute of
limitations
limitations for murder? No.
5 years.
No. What about manslaughter?
Which
I
sounds
just know
way cooler than
murder.
murder.
Doesn't
Murder
it?
is the only thing that doesn't have a statute of limitations.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. You watch a lot of Dateline.
That's why you see all these guys from like the 60s that are getting fucked now.
Yep.
Now the DNA is more, all these guys. It's crazy. Those serial killers in like the 70s.
Yeah.
And then they were just murdering people, just raw dogging it.
Yeah,
Like
dude.
no gloves,
And
no
then the
condoms.
DNA didn't exist then.
And then they like knew what it was. There was a period where they were collecting DNA, but they didn't know how to process it. So they stored it all. And then like 20 years
Just
later,
a closet full
it
of
got-
blood, cum, and
yeah,
spit.
it got
Oh,
advanced
man.
enough where they could start testing. That's how they caught all these guys.
There's a couple people I would have loved to fucking get rid of, though. I'm sure there's a couple people that want to get rid of me, too. Oh, my God. Dude, you growing up partying with all these fucking idiots, man. Like, you just met so many fucking assholes and douchebags. But like I said, like, we were all fucking assholes and douchebags when we were younger. I told you the bridge jumping story the one time, right?
No.
We
used to go bridge jumping at this like
Oh,
location.
I think you did. This is good.
We used to go bridge jumping at this location, like out in Western New York, and it was like this well-known place.
Yeah.
Like everyone would go do it, and it was looked extremely dangerous. It was the Lockport Locks, is what it was called. It was like a lock in the middle of the Erie Canal, and we would go, and like it was high too. I mean, it was like you'd climb like 3 floors, and then you'd like hang up there, you jump, then you get down, boom. It's in the middle of the woods, like middle of nowhere. There's a road that ran through it, and then you had to kind of like hike, like a while to get to it. I remember we were down there with the girls we were dating. This is like a year out of high school.
Oh shit.
We're down there with the girls that we were like dating or whatever. We're doing it, and they're scared. I remember like we finish up, and we're leaving. This other group of people is coming in while we're leaving, and I remember we had my car. And this other group of people was coming in while we're leaving. They said something to one of the girls that was with us. And I remember, and they kept walking back. And I was like, what the fuck did you just say? And like, nothing, dude, nothing. Like, we didn't say nothing. I was like, no, you said something. We're going like back and forth, like yelling. And I was like, all right, dude, fine. Like, what? And they climb the thing, and they're like up there, and they're like, chirping at us from the top.
Yeah.
Right? So I remember like we get back to the car, and I'm infuriated sitting in the fucking like car. I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. I'm like, we got to get them back. I'm not going to fucking just sit here, let him say something to her and just fucking take it like a pussy. So you know what I did? I was like, I'll be right back. So I went down there, like hiked back in there where they were like, they put all their clothes by the bottom of the, by the ladder.
Yeah.
I took all their clothes, fucking was like, fuck you, motherfuckers, and then ran back to the car. Got in the car, and throw him in the backseat. My buddy's like, what the fuck, dude? He's like, their keys are in here. I was like, I don't give a fuck. And we took off down the road. I was like, throw him out the window. He fucking threw the keys in the middle of the woods out the window.
My God, dude.
Yeah. Fuck them, dude. Fuck them still to this day.
Yeah, fuck them for saying she had a nice ass.
That is so bad, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah, you know, though, man, sometimes you got to make a point.
You could tell just listening to. You don't even have to see you to realize that you're Sicilian. Just all your vengeance. I asked the silly question that I've been asking everybody. Did you ever kill anybody? And you were like, no. Next question.
And if I had, we'd never talk about it.
And it's like, this guy mouthed off to me, so I decided to steal him and all of his friends' clothes and throw his fucking keys in the woods.
Hey.
Oh, this is probably pre-cell phone, too.
Yeah.
How the fuck are you getting home? That's
We
nuts,
got home.
dude. Oh my god,
We got home fine.
that is insane.
Hey, dude. I don't know. They're fucking assholes, man. It's like one thing to say something to
It's like
somebody,
what?
but then to
what
keep
did
chirping
they
at us.
say? What did they say? And it was
They
just
said
like
something.
They
They
said
said-
hi.
No,
they
said
were just
something.
hey,
They said
what's
something
up, girls?
rude. They said something rude.
Okay, what was it? You don't remember?
Her pussy
Remember.
stinks.
Yeah. And
Brandon's
no,
like,
it
she got
didn't.
me. Hey, listen, he's got a point. I'm sorry. She's been in lake water all day. You shut up.
It was the canal.
Yeah, even worse, dude.
Canal water.
Even worse.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Well, dude, we're almost at an hour. We got time for probably one more good one.
One more
You
good
got
one.
any locked and loaded? Any
Locked and loaded stories.
You being, in
hey,
line with
we've
you
been
being
through
a real good
piece,
guy.
real.
Real good guy.
Oh man, I think we covered a lot of stories, dude. We covered. Yeah, I don't think I have anything that makes me that shines well on me.
No, that's what we want, dude.
Is it bad? Am I so childish that I keep thinking about the tape?
Yeah. I
And
keep thinking about it
laughing
too,
to
dude.
myself.
The tape on the pill.
I was just some dude who's like, nah, the only way that you could take it rectally is if I tape it to my penis.
Nah, if you just try to put it with your fingers, it'll slide out.
Yeah.
So, well, how?
You can't do that,
Well,
man.
if it's taped on, won't it not fall off? No, we gotta wait till it dissolves. It usually takes between 3 and 5 minutes.
If you really want to get a good high, I gotta pound it in there.
So dumb, dude.
It hurts
so
really
dumb.
bad. It's working. That's how you know it's working. If it hurts first.
So dumb. So dumb. Oh, I love that so much, man.
Man.
Oh, all right, dude. You want to end it there?
Yeah.
This flew by, man. That was
Yeah,
a
it did fly
quick
by. That was a
fucking episode.
Fucking
Yeah.
crying.
Oh my God. All right, man. Well, dude, thank you for coming back. Thank you
course.
for coming on. Tell the people where they can find you. This will be out, I think, in 3 weeks.
3 weeks. You can find me on. Just follow me on Instagram. It's my name at Brandon Trusso. I perform all over New York. I'm at the Pair this weekend and next weekend, and when the weekend that comes out for this podcast.
Hell
so.
yeah. I like that you also have your full name. We finally bullied Ray into changing his Instagram name.
Did you change it?
Yeah, it's Ray Zawodni now.
No
Not
way,
Ray be killing
dude.
him.
You should have kept Ray be killing him for the rest of your life. It's gonna be so funny when he tries to go and get Ray be killing him back,
And it's gone.
and it's just
Yeah.
a dude.
Got it. Yeah.
Well, that's gonna be the title of my album. Ray be killing him.
Ray
It's
be
good.
killing
It's
him.
good. It's a good title.
Yeah, you can find me at Ray Zawodni, as you just heard. You can catch me August 19th at the Attic Comedy Club in Columbus, Ohio. I'd love you to come out to that. You can get tickets at the link in my bio. And I'm here every Wednesday. Troublemakers, talking shit with my good pal.
At Dylan Krasinski on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and at Troublemakers on all those sites. We post clips 3, 4, 5, sometimes 6 times a week. Follow Brandon. Listen to the pod. Subscribe. We're all having fucking. I'm just keep thinking about the tape. And we'll see you next week, baby. Good night.
Bye.